Oh, oh, oh. Look at it. She was about to die 30 seconds ago. Ah! Easily. Easily. Easily.
I can't hear. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Technical difficulties. Where's the mute? There you go. Is that you?
That's me.
Wow, we look great, don't we?
We look great. You know, I don't
wow,
have an
you really. I do. I have the air.
To become more pronounced.
We didn't have an air conditioner during the show tonight, and things got a little hot. You know, for El Phantasmo and Sting started doing a little nipple play, and next thing you know, I'm soaked.
Yeah. Welcome to Wrestling. Darren, you do the honors.
Greetings, Grapple fans, and welcome to WFMU's Wrestling Club, the only space that's safe for all wrestling fans, whether you're casual, lapsed, obsessed, or ashamed. I'm Darren Maybe, joined by my tag team partner, Brett Davis, and Wrestling Club.
Wait, who am I? I'm the who do you who?
Yeah, I didn't think about it. I forgot about that part. It's been a couple weeks. We'll come back to it. I don't know. It's fine. I'm trying to think of tag teams. The only thing that I can think of with tag teams today, I follow Leilani Kai on Twitter. I'm one of like 100 people that do. And she posted the sexiest photo of the Bushwhackers I've ever seen. Just Butch is glistening on the beach.
Really? We gotta look this up.
Let's look up Leilani Kai. Yeah.
Yeah, but she welcome to the Forbidden Door Post Show. You've yet to comment on me making you the ace of this.
I mean, this is the way it should be. I feel like it. I relate with Tanahashi. I'm a traditionalist. I'm a rock and roller.
I'm a little more, I'm slightly younger, as Okada is slightly younger to you. Leilani Kai's posted so many photos today.
Yeah, that's all she does. She posts hundreds of photos every day. You as Okada just looks like shittier Will Ospreay, but it's okay.
Good. Well,
that's fine.
I
look like a hot Dennis Condrey. There they are. Look at those hotties.
At these boys. Look at these boys. They are hot.
Yep. I've never seen from Luke and Butch.
Yeah, I've never seen Butch not making a weird face. I always get them confused. But
which one do you think is which? Well, Butch is on the right.
Okay. I always thought that Butch was the weirder looking one. Although that's really relative.
Luke is the one. I mean, that's Luke 30 years ago. I mean, look up Bushwhacker Luke 2019. He sort of looks exactly the same, but like
Darren, you said you wanted to get out of here when if we start
we got 32 minutes. We got 32 minutes to talk about this show.
Yeah, if we start Googling the sheep herders, I don't think we're gonna get out of here in time.
Do it.
But it is the post show. Darren, what'd you think of the show in general?
It was weird. Too many multi-man matches. It was a weird show. I don't know. I'm not disappointed. I don't feel disappointed.
But, there were those two matches, Zack Sabre Jr., my friend, versus Claudio Castagnoli,
my enemy,
Darren's enemy. And then Orange Cat. Believe it or not, I loved a Will Ospreay match. Orange Cat, Will Ospreay, great.
Will Ospreay is a great professional wrestler, and he can really kind of shine up whoever he's with. Same thing with Tanahashi. I thought the main event was incredible, Matt.
I thought so too, but I think awesome. The fatigue started to get in. But,
I don't know. There's just something about like any wrestler just like spurting blood from somewhere, and you don't know where they're bleeding from.
Mm-hmm.
That like it was a really great match. I enjoyed the show. My
Well,
favorite
Darren,
match was keep going.
well, let's go through match by match, so we don't get a little too mixed up. Darren, did you see any of the pre-show?
No.
Well, let me tell you what happened because it was very exciting. We had Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi beating the Factory, the sexy QT Marshall and Aaron Solo.
We talked about that. QT Marshall and Yoshihashi are like mirror images of one another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I got in a little late, so I skipped ahead, and I thought I messed up because I heard the Factory music playing again. This time it was Nick Camarado. Yeah.
The injury bug really hit AEW this year. Oh, I think we lost Brett. Oh boy, looks like we lost the big guy. Well, I didn't watch the buy-in because the buy-in. Oh, there he is. He's back. You didn't like that I. It's all right, Brett. You're doing good. You here?
I'm here. We had my least favorite tag team name of all time, maybe Swerve in Our Glory.
People always blame Vince McMahon for like characters not working, and like, I think even Vince would be like, "It sucks."
What's
maybe the name?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean,
you think Vince would like it?
That sounds like a Vince McMahon name, which I think is why I don't like it.
Oh, that's true. Maybe you're right.
Like it's just one of those names that, like, I guess it makes sense, but then when you hear it out loud, it's like, no, it does. Swerve in Our Glory. I'm going to talk about something that shouldn't make sense in a minute, but they defeated Suzuki Guns, El Desperado, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru in a fine match. I'm bored with Swerve.
Yeah, I think New Japan's roster has had a lot of trouble in the last couple of years, and then AEW has all the injured wrestlers. It's very dangerous to work at AEW right now.
Yeah, and they're all getting COVID right now.
They all got it. So
it's going to be like Naito versus Nagata for the next couple weeks.
Yeah. Oops.
And then we had Max Caster and the Gun Club. Now, maybe officially the Ass Boys, thanks to music from our friends at 2 Minutes to Late Night. They did the Ass Boys song, echoing the Attitude Era classic theme, provided by Danhausen, who looks a lot like Arsenio Hall. They defeated Yuya Uemura. They were saying it wrong too. Alex Coughlin and the DKC and Kevin Knight of the LA Dojo. Okay, I like the name. I like the catchphrase "Scissor me, daddy ass."
You do, yeah. You defend that one. Me
because
too.
They started doing the A, and then they started scissoring the A. Billy Gunn is Mr. Ass, but now that he's a father, he is daddy ass. So "Scissor me, daddy ass" is the right thing to say. It's not like Swerve in Our Glory where they're trying to make something make sense. "Scissor me, daddy ass" makes perfect sense to me.
You're right. Semantically, I gotta give it to the Gun Club.
Yeah, but great. I'm enjoying them more. I like they've really upped their Brian Christopher-ness over the past few months.
Yeah, they're gross.
Like lots of strutting.
Yeah. I mean, they're like all the bad parts of Billy Gunn amplified. I think it's a great pairing with Max Caster. I think that, like, they're having fun with that. I like the Ass Boys.
Now on to the main show. We had the Jericho Appreciation Society, weirdly featuring Minoru Suzuki and Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara with Tai Conti defeating Eddie Kingston, Shota Umino, and Wheeler Yuta.
Shota and Wheeler are like the wrestling, another like mirror image wrestlers for New Japan and AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Young guys who a lot of potential, maybe haven't found exactly who they are yet. Eddie's
Although
great.
Wheeler's
Eddie
way
is,
closer than he was. Even
well,
2 months
he's in a great spot. But Shudo's good. Suzuki and Eddie Kingston were great.
I like that they brought up an angle from like 4 years ago with the Jericho thing.
Yeah, I love the Painmaker, Chris Jericho. Great, like kind of underappreciated era for Jericho, and he's just like the weird goth daddy. I don't know, like it's weird. I loved. I just like shout outs to Eddie Kingston's body. I love when he gets the belly out and starts hitting the other guys. Like that's something I appreciate. Minoru and Jericho together are 110 years old. They're so old.
It's true. Yeah.
Like it's like honestly, like a generation ago, like they would have been in the battle royal at the Brendan Byrne Arena, you know, they're so old. You know, and of course Sting too, right? Like flying Sting.
Oh my god. Well, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But
I will say throughout the whole night, this commentary team, they were lit up. They had the vibe.
They were drinking.
They had the vibe of the WCW all-nighter, where it's just like Darren knows what this is, but in case you don't, when WCW like brought in Bobby Heenan and Mean Gene, but still had like Gordon Soley and Tony and like Chris, what's his name?
Chris Cruz.
Like Chris Cruz was there. Like they just had like too many announcers. Tonight they had too many announcers, which was why like Tony Schiavone got an entrance. But they were just like laughing it up. Taz was like, "Oh, Tony, your nipples are pierced, right?" Like
that's so weird. Yeah,
I heard a "That's my purse" when somebody like did a low blow. Excalibur and Kevin Kelly were nerding out. They
are nerds. Yeah, they're two peas in a pod. I like that Tony and JR were doing something backstage. Like they were definitely doing shots. You know, JR is like maybe passing a blunt around. You know, JR can roll a real nice blunt. He just gets his, you know, and you know, talking about rubbing each other. It's just, those guys are a little, you know. I like the commentary tonight. I did enjoy it. I love Kevin Kelly. I'm such a Kevin Kelly fan. I love all his little nerdy videos he made during the pandemic.
I heard you're not the only Kevin Kelly fan.
That's right. My partner Erin, she popped when Kevin Kelly came out. She's like, "That's Kevin Kelly," you know, and he's just sitting there with his smile. You know, he's a happy guy. No, he's great. They're all great. They had been drinking though, and that's fine.
Speaking of drinking, two guys who love, or actually, you know, speaking of drinking, actually, Grado Khan, who's really found himself in America. Jeff Cobb, they fought Roppongi Vice and FTR. FTR walked out with both the ROH and IWGP tag titles. This match was fine.
It was a cool story. So like, what are you going to do, right? You're on a show with way too many multi-man matches. You're second your second match of the night.
Darren, we got a run in. We got a run in.
Oh, there he is.
Live from Chicago, from the United States.
No. Where are you driving, huh? What highway are you on right now?
I'm on the mean streets of Chicago.
All right.
Kenzie and Lake, allegedly.
This is Lee Marshall joining us.
Modern day Lee Marshall. I'm in my New Japan tracksuit. Let me get this dark. It's dark. I'm in a car.
Yeah, not the only person I saw in the crowd with a New Japan tracksuit.
That's right. It was the swag of the night for sure.
You met someone wearing the exact same outfit as you.
Yes.
No.
This is for those who can't see, and that's most people because you are mostly in the dark. But this is Rob Pasbani of the Squared Circle Pit, former impresario of Metal Injection, and wrestling.
No introduction necessary.
Yeah.
So
Proud,
give us
proud card-carrying member of the wrestling club.
Were you one of those guys that beat up security during the main event? Was that you?
No. So did you? I was on the side that it was happening, so I couldn't see what happened. Do you guys have the lowdown?
No.
I'll get the lowdown in a second.
I just heard
there was a fight. There was a fight, and some guys beat up security, so it was pretty wild. But how was the show live? Give us the inside scoop.
Let me tell you, folks, Chicago knows how to party. I'm here with my buddy Stavros. He's in the band The Atlas Moth. Hello, everybody.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, welcome to Wrestling Club. You've been inducted.
It's good to be here, boys.
Smoke them if you got them.
It's a cigarette. We already smoked the other.
Yeah, we got both kinds, country and western.
Hell yeah.
No, it was great. The crowd was really, really loud. I was at, not to brag, I was at Double or Nothing as well. And this definitely felt like the better show.
Sure.
And I was marking out hardcore. I don't know if my screams came across when Shibata came out, but I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
Oh, we all were.
Very loudly. Shibata.
Like, how many times has he returned? And it always just like makes me so happy.
It's every time it's like, this shouldn't have even happened. This
Never.
Like he shouldn't even be walking.
No, not at all. His brain, he broke it.
And what a beautiful spot with Orange Cassidy.
Absolutely.
It was just so good. It was the booking. Fight. This is the fight.
Oh,
it's the fight.
I'm driving.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna show you.
Oh, real. Uh-oh.
Oh wow.
I don't like it. You know what? It's fine. Great, good job, guy.
Yeah.
I want to get in a fight at a wrestling show.
You almost did. Yeah, you almost got in a fight at WrestleMania once.
The finishes of the last two matches for us felt a little flat. Like we were a little like, oh, that's it. Especially the IWGP match.
Well, that match. So it looked like to me that Okada's drop. I thought maybe Okada knocked Adam Cole out with the drop kick because he didn't really come out of that Rainmaker right, and he kind of kicked out. It seemed like he didn't know where he was. It was a really weird flat finish.
I see. We couldn't follow it, but that match was great. Otherwise, Okada was maybe like the only person more over than Okada was Claudio.
Yeah, but of course Claudio, right? Like he has to be. But Okada is I think that's the one major criticism I had of the show was that we didn't have an Okada match where, how many classic four ways have there ever been in wrestling? You know, like name three. I can't. So like, I feel like that was a flaw in the booking of the show. I mean, that said, you know, those guys are killer. And like
and I bet it was a political thing because obviously a pin and
Adam Cole can.
Yeah.
All day, apparently.
Yeah, I guess Adam Cole can eat all the pins. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have been happy with, I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's what it is. I'm sure we'll get an Okada. I'm sure we're going to get a great Okada singles match in AEW.
Yeah. There's definitely a door too. It's just like when.
Right.
Rob, was there anything that because we're going through match by match, I don't want to take too much of your time, but anything you could tell us about the live experience that we would have missed out?
Well, Chicago is a great live crowd, I have to say. I gotta give it to Stavros is a local guy here.
We're assholes here, so it works out really well.
And and I think because
we know
we're from Jersey.
Never mind.
The New Japan, like, because it wasn't just an AEW show, it was also a New Japan show. I feel like the crowd is politer and livelier. And if you have an opportunity to go to an AEW show live, go, run. And if you have an opportunity to go to a WWE show live, don't do anything else. Go.
It should be said, I was at Hell in a Cell as well.
Hell in a Cell.
It wasn't the worst time live.
No, I mean, Hell in the Cell had that. I mean, it had the Cody thing, which was like mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Like,
that's bottling. My mind was in a bottle after. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I felt bottled up by it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I felt a little.
But yeah, so that's basically it. Any other big moments that I Shibata, I lost my shit.
Shibata, yeah.
That
Claudio
opening match
was great. Better than it needed. Better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
That's kind of typical with Jericho, though. I feel like, right?
Mm-hmm.
He always brings it. I didn't think that the double nothing match was gonna be anything, and that was fucking great. So that's Chris Jericho.
True.
He's a goat.
True. And Jericho and Eddie Kingston too are just like, what a fucking great pair. Like those guys, like they're so good. Like Eddie Kingston comes in, he literally is just going for people's eyeballs. You know,
Yeah, he's a serial killer.
Immediately he's got belly out, which, like I said, always a fan of that.
Love
and it's just like so great. You know, Suzuki's making weird faces. There was one point where there was something happening in the ring, and just in the tiniest bit of the corner behind the ring, it's just Suzuki hurting someone. I don't know. It's somebody in a movie. You can just like see his head. It's just like this guy rules. Like I just always want to like just a cutaway of Minoru Suzuki hurting someone is, you know.
Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you doing a little run in with the live event report. Hope to have you back soon.
Okay.
Good luck, gentlemen. All right. Well, there we go. Did we freeze?
All right.
Well, it looks like we've frozen temporarily, but that's all right. It's kind of like this is Wrestling Club brought to you by Bleacher Sports, the worst app in sports. Ay, ay, ay.
Up next, we had the 4-way with this man.
Why? Oh boy, yeah, a little tough on this one. This one is a little rough. You know, I think I said
like this could have been Ishii.
Could have been, yeah. Talk about not the biggest upgrade here. I think I said to you, Clark Connors is Hangman's Buddy Landell, but I think that's giving Clark Connors too much credit.
Yeah, and I thought like for a minute, because I'm a little unfamiliar with him, but I was like, oh, he's like an Outback guy. That's kind of not my thing. And then it's like, no, he's from Washington.
Yeah,
like
it's just like once you see the hairline, you're like, keep the cowboy hat on, pal.
Oh,
Clark.
Boy. I can't.
Very.
Of us.
It's fine. I don't care. I'll shame him. Yeah, kind of got some heavy like TNA vibes from Clark Connor. I don't know what it was. Maybe I shouldn't be a hater. Are we freezing again? Are we frozen again?
We're good on my end, but apologies to anybody watching that's seeing us freeze up. Darren,
where was Juice? Wasn't there a Juice Robinson promo before this match? Is that where Juice was?
Yeah, Juice in the Bullet Club, I guess. Talking at Toni Schiavone.
Another horny wrestler. What was his he's like something rock hard Juice? Yeah. And then there was a line JR had later. He's like, rock hard Juice. What's he mean? Ice? like JR's drinking. It's great.
Oh, yeah. We had the Bullet Club. Love that Bullet Club theme. Nice to hear it, but you know when it's like the Bucks are Bullet Club, but it's like Hikuleo. I like
Hikuleo. He's got the Haku thing. I'm all right with Hikuleo. It's El Fantasmo is maybe my least favorite wrestler. Not that he's terrible, but he's just you can just really see New Japan's bench was cleared out by COVID. Like, El Fantasmo came out as like the annoying buck. He's like dressed like a young buck, but somehow more annoying. Him and Sting did the nipple spot, which was weird. Yeah.
Well, out of nowhere, Sting flew into action.
Well, first they showed Sting, and first they like had a shot of the rafters, and it's like, oh no, Sting, don't repel, don't do it. Yeah. And then they cut it again, and then he flew in. Great start to the match, and
really
like
frightening.
Like I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't talk shit on the Young Bucks and El Fantasmo because they made Sting look great, and it was a fun match. I guess it was all right. Kind of forgettable. You know, what are they gonna do with Darby? You know, I feel like Darby's kind of getting lost in the upper mid card. Like, what's his direction?
Yeah, I mean, if a few of these people spent some time in New Japan, whose roster is a little lacking.
Darby's number
be the worst
one.
thing in the world.
Darby's number one. Claudio's number two for me. Those are the two guys that need to go to New Japan.
Well, I mean, the people I'd rather haven't, because I don't watch New Japan. Let's get Jay Lethal over there. Let's get all the people I'm just like not into.
You don't like Jay Lethal, punk?
Why? Do you think he's going to wrestle in Ric Flair's last match?
Wasn't that tonight? It wasn't that last night? Isn't that this weekend?
I think it's like not for a few weeks.
Did you see Ric Flair's promo? Where he's like, "I'm gonna fucking die," whatever he says. I don't know.
He kept cursing up a storm.
He just kept saying like "piss" and shit. It's like, I don't know. It was cool.
Well,
I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch that match without a doubt. I love that match. I do. I don't care. But looks like we froze Brett again. Brett is frozen in the weirdest smile. He looks like a Dali painting right now. What if Ryan Gosling was unemployed for? We drew that up in the thing. Next coming. I don't know what was next on the show. I had technical issues as well. Oh, there comes Brett. He's back. Brett, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, we had a little bit of Toni Storm action. Surprisingly, not winning the title. I thought she was.
I was shocked
over tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah. No offense to Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa's a great wrestler, but Toni Storm just feels like the. Sorry, I have to plug in my laptop, guys. I forgot to do that. We're back.
Yeah, and look at Toni Storm. That's who Juice Robinson is married to.
Yeah, Toni Storm is a great wrestler, but she's got some flaws. How annoying must Toni Storm be as a person? Maybe she's has stinky feet or something. I don't know. There's got to be something. Because Juice, Toni, I don't know. I don't see it. Whatever. You know what? More power to them. I'm sure they're lovely. They're a lovely.
But I think Toni's got the best presentation she's had her whole career now.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, she's doing
confidence.
Toni Storm. She's doing Stardom Toni Storm. It's kind of the same thing.
Kind of the same, but it's
she doesn't have a stupid. She got rid of the stupid hat, which was important.
I think that's
she doesn't have a top hat anymore. Yeah, her ring gear is always great, and she's a fucking awesome wrestler. I think she's the best, just in-ring wrestler in the women's division in AEW, I think, right? Britt's great, but Toni's hard hitting and I don't know. She's great. I'm surprised she didn't win the title. I wonder why. Who's going to beat, what's the next match for Thunder Rosa? Who's coming up next?
Yeah. I think the issue is my laptop's getting too hot.
It's heating it up.
Freezing.
Oh, good. That's great.
We then had.
I'm just talking. That's fine. We'll just keep going.
We had Orange and Ospreay, a match I loved. Aforementioned return of Shibata. Between Sting jumping on the Bullet Club and Shibata putting on Orange Cassidy sunglasses, this was wow, look at how far we've come.
I thought it was a perfect match. Ospreay has earned his detractors without a doubt.
Yeah.
He's a great athlete. He's obviously a fantastic professional wrestler. He's a great heel. But I think the one thing he does well is he can just showcase the other wrestler in the match so well. And this is the best Orange Cassidy match I've ever seen. It was hard hitting. Orange Cassidy is such a great athlete, such an underrated worker. I would think that Ospreay, Tony Khan was who do you want to beat on our show? Who can we give you? I'm sure the person he asked for was Orange Cassidy because who wouldn't want to have an Orange Cassidy match? You always have all these little built-in details that you can hit, all these great stories. It was a great match. Ospreay won. He's got his weird friends who are kind of weird. I like Aussie Open, but Great O'Khan, a little too sexy for me.
Yeah, Great O'Khan having a real real fucking great time.
He is getting.
Did he post a video of him mid coitus?
Yeah, he posted. Yeah,
and he was like,
like,
"This is a wrestler."
He posted a cum shot. He's like into the, and it's like I like that he's like the Mongolian playboy. Like I think that's like a good twist on just like this very stereotypical gimmick. You're having some trouble over there, Brett.
My
what?
Friend.
You're no, you're none of, and nothing he's saying is coming out right now. I think we're talking about the next match, Zack Sabre Jr. versus the newest member. Jr. Are you just? We're literally just talking over each other, Brett. This is awful.
I thought I'd be able to just.
This is so.
Not even edit this.
There's nothing getting edited here.
Yeah.
It's not holding on. No, you're totally out of time. Here, I'll take over. Zack Sabre Jr. What a star. This is a man that should be a world champion. Such a great wrestler.
Right.
The best gimmick, the best talker. Just
the Blackpool Country Club.
So great, right? Like, and I love that he's feuding with the team that like he should be a member of. Like he should be in Blackpool Combat Club. But no, of course not, because he's a dick. And he's got, he's in Suzuki-gun. I don't know. He's just a great wrestler. And then we had, of course, the return of Claudio Castagnoli, which was no surprise, really, although everybody was very happy to see him. And they had a great match. I don't know. There's a new puppy in my house. Yeah, Chuck Taylor stealing Brett's gimmick 5 years ago at Wrestle Kingdom. That's a very old tweet. Claudio is, this is where he should be. Not in WWE. He's a guy I hope goes to New Japan. I think if he went to New Japan, he would be IWGP champion by the end of the year. I think he's tailor-made to be the spotlight. And like, I don't know if he's going to be the spotlight in AEW. I don't know if he's going to be Malachi Black, who's like permanent upper mid card, or if he's going to be Bryan Danielson, the guy who should have been the top guy in WWE, but was misused and then used properly in AEW. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I just think AEW has just such a big roster and there's so much going on. Like, think about it. Samoa Joe is in a program for the ROH television title. Samoa Joe. So it was a great match. There were dogs in my house at the time that they were wrestling each other. So I think they were watching this match and like very, maybe into it, just gnarling teeth. So it was kind of hard to follow the match a little bit because I was watching dogs fight. But
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
I had some technical difficulties, so I missed this 4-way. I opted to. I was like, I'm not gonna not watch Zack Sabre and Claudio wrestle. So,
Yeah, this if we were gonna skip a top match, this was the one to skip. It was a good match. I mean, it was good because the crowd was so into Okada. Hangman and Adam Cole are huge stars. Jay White is a presence without a doubt. But I couldn't help but think any combination of singles matches with these four guys would have been a better thing on this show. The finish was weird. It looked like Adam Cole got knocked out. I'm sure someone will have more info on that. But
yeah. Again, Jerry Legend in the chat saying the biggest pop of the night in this house was hearing a 2 minutes to late night song play like that. Yeah, it is fun. I say Zack Sabre Jr. is my friend, somewhat jokingly, but it's like this is a place where we do know people, and we see people rise and show up and get to meet their legends and
Well,
stuff.
that's why AEW is the best, because it exists in the real world. Like, you can have a friend that is involved with AEW because AEW is open to everyone. So it makes sense. It is a cool thing. And AEW has great music always. Maybe not always, but if they try, they have great music. But yeah, the 4-way was definitely disappointing. The ending was weird. I like Jay White, but I don't think he's like, if you want to, I think Jay White's great. I think he's a great heel, but he needs to be like the featured guy. He can't just be like, he's not Okada where he can just come in and like people are like, oh my God, it's Okada. He's not a spectacle. He's not a what's that word I'm thinking of? Like they used to call Andre that, or Dusty Rhodes that. Like he's not this
special attraction.
Special attraction. Thank you. He's not that. Yet. Maybe he will someday. So I don't know. It was a weird match, a little flat. Okada though, God, I love him. Which brings us to the final match of the evening.
But when
maybe
it feels like a little like
wow, this is really
you're supposed to,
this is a little unfortunate. What did you?
A man who's kind to his own. A man who likes to make people laugh.
This is great. Here's Okada with a fishing pole.
Man
who enjoys fishing but won't touch them. Okada is scared of the fish that are on his pole. It's just a heartwarming fella. Yeah, Brett, it's freezing real bad over here, so this isn't working.
Won't touch.
Yeah, well, we tried.
We tried. We really tried.
I love when it freezes on Brett's smiling face too. It looks like a smile, but it's a grimace, and that's what it is. But that little bit of pixelation just gives you some hope.
Good. That's what I could use.
It's a Rorschach test of pain. But so yeah. Let's see if we can make it. Let's see if we can get to the finish line, Brett. You and me. The main event. No, you're frozen. Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, versus Jon Moxley for the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Finished the match. Jon Moxley bled out, covered in blood, spurting. Tanahashi, the best. The man can't move. When he runs, he literally, it looks like he's selling, but that's just the pain of his body in motion. He's such just his legs and hips don't really work anymore. But he's such a great wrestler, and it's just like great story. Moxley puts him through a table. They're fighting around the ring. Tanahashi's he's the high fly flow from the top. It's a classic. It's just a great Hiroshi Tanahashi main event. Jon Moxley wins. He's the interim AEW champion. The crowd kind of felt a little, I feel like the crowd really wanted Tanahashi to win, and that's kind of what I wanted too. I thought you could have Tanahashi win and do CM Punk and Hiroshi Tanahashi, and it would be I feel like those guys would tell a great story together. Moxley versus CM Punk is an awesome match that people haven't seen though. And I feel like that's one of the AEW main event feuds that they haven't touched yet, but Moxley and Punk have that history. So, I mean, it was a great match. I enjoyed it.
But then they end with a build to Dynamite.
Well, Blood and Guts is on Wednesday.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And we just saw, and like, there were a couple of those, like the match is over, so let's do a big brawl. And you can't do too many of them. I think you could have built to it. I understand where they were going though, because like, I don't know. It's hard for me to get mad about a Claudio babyface run in. Starts hitting everybody, does the swing. Like, it was fun. Yeah. I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
But not, when you thought, when AEW started, all wrestling fans thought about what this pay-per-view could be and the dream matches you would get and the atmosphere and like the crowd was great. I wish I was at the United Center. It looked fantastic. But no one would have picked this card.
Yeah.
Scotland Green is correct. Show was great, but it was missing Yano. Absolutely. Next time. Well, Brett is we're frozen on another Brett smile. Oh, now it's down to a frown. Oh boy, there it is. Well, Brett,
I think
this is where I think we've botched the finish.
The show was good, but it was like
a what?
Maybe next time I won't watch 6 hours of wrestling in a very hot room.
Yeah, it looks hot in there. When get the air conditioner going? It sounds like that Hollywood lifestyle. You got to keep that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't understand a word you're saying.
Tragedy.
It's a real tragedy, but that's all right. You can sleep outside next time. You know what I mean? You can get out there. There you go. Get that swing going. Well, I think we'll call it here. I'll be back on the airwaves July 4th, filling in for Olivia Radio Ravioli. That's 3:00, dead in the afternoon, July 4th, where I will be celebrating our country, Brett's favorite country in the world, the United States of America, with 3 hours of music. Not gonna ruffle any feathers. That's right. We're going to be saluting, a tribute to all our soldiers. I don't know. I'm going to play some punk rock, probably smoke some weed, and it'd be on in the middle of the day, which is very strange for me. I've never done radio with the sun shining, so this should be pretty interesting. So check that out on WFMU airwaves this July 4th as I return from my summer sabbatical. And then Brett probably has shows coming up. Follow his Instagram. Little Secret is the Little Secret venue. And if you go to the shows, you can
LA.
Yeah, if you go to one of the shows, you can go pee in his toilet, I guess, right? You got a toilet at that place? You do the shows outside. I always wonder where you go to the bathroom, huh? Now he's not going to answer me. He's looking pretty dramatic right now. Well, I think we'll call it there. Thanks for hanging out with us. This has been Wrestling Club. We'll be back soon. Stay tuned to the Twitter. Stay tuned to the Instagram. We'll be back soon with a new show. I don't know where I'm going to be. Next week, it's going to be a little weird. And then the week after that, a little weirder. So stay tuned. Check your local listings. Card subject to change. This has been Wrestling Club. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you again real soon. For Brett,
this is
Darren.
Does the show.
Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.